Hi everyone, thanks for listening to Good News Heroes on U-Nite Radio. I'm Zachary. Do you remember what Isobel prayed for in our last episode? Peace. But how will God answer her prayer? Well, let's find out.
For the science fair, should I present on water animals or air animals? If I do water animals, I'm thinking about doing ugly fish because they look funny. What do you think, Logan? Logan?
Huh? Who's a funny-looking ugly fish?
You're not listening.
Sorry, Piper. I'm still thinking about what my friend said.
Do you really think we'll stop going to church when we're grown up?
I don't think so. Uncle Mike told me that when he grew up, he wanted to go to church because he loves God and wanted to worship Him with friends.
Mom said God helped her find a new church when she went to college.
Exactly. I know that God can help me too. Mom and Dad keep telling us that we can count on God's help, so I'm counting on it.
Maybe that's what God did for Isobel.
Maybe. We should ask Mom to call Uncle Mike when we get home so we can ask him.
Didn't Mom and Dad just give you a phone?
Oh yeah, but they said I'm only supposed to use it to talk to family.
Uncle Mike is family, and we need to talk to him about what happened to Isobel.
Oh, good point, Piper. It'll help the walk home go by faster too.
Hey, Logan.
Uncle Mike, Piper and I were wondering if Isobel Kuhn got her prayer answered, and if God helped her find a church she liked like He did for you and Mom.
Gotcha. Yeah, and remember, kids, going to church isn't just about finding one you like. It's about learning more about God, worshiping Him, and growing in a community with other believers. It's hard to like any church or see the point of it if you don't believe in Jesus.
Yeah, so did God answer her prayer and help her see the point?
After Isobel prayed to ask God for peace, she went to bed. The next morning, she got an answer.
What? It's morning? That's strange. Normally when I go to bed, I wake up so many times at night, but I slept like a baby. My goodness, I haven't slept well in a long time. Was that you, God? It must have been. How else could I have slept so peacefully? You were here for me. Well, God, you gave me what I asked for. I guess it's my turn.
What did Isobel mean when she said it was her turn?
Well, remember, Isobel promised God that she would give her whole life to Him if He gave her peace. Isobel realized that God, in His love and mercy, answered her prayer. She didn't deserve it, and God didn't have to answer, but He did. Isobel was amazed and wanted to get to know God better, so she read more about Him.
In the Bible.
That's right, Piper, in the Bible. As she read, she learned more about God and about Jesus. She knew it was true, and she trusted Jesus as her Savior.
Yay, Isobel!
It was the best thing to ever happen to her. Isobel's love for God grew bigger as she learned more about Him, and God gave her a natural desire to go to church, read His Word, and talk to Him. As Isobel grew in her relationship with God, she asked Him to show her where He wanted her to go to serve Him. One day, God used a missionary named J.O. Fraser during a Bible conference to show her.
My team and I serve God in one of the farthest corners of China to a more unknown group of people called the Lisu. The Lisu live in little bamboo huts perched on the side of towering mountains. The nature surrounding them is beautiful, but they don't know about the God who made it. The Lisu people live in fear of demons. They believe demons have power over everything and are out to hurt them. Oh, how their lives could be changed by knowing Jesus. I've been learning the Lisu language, and I have found a way to put it into writing. Now, after years and years of work, the Lisu people are beginning to trust in Jesus, but we need more help. The Lisu are many, and the missionaries are few. Please, will you pray for more missionaries to join us in ministering to the Lisu? Thank you all. You are dismissed for the next session.
China. I've heard about ministry going on there, but not to these people. Lord, is this where you want me to go? Maybe Mom has some good advice for how to know.
Absolutely not.
Mom.
No, Isobel, I won't allow it.
You and Dad were basically missionaries here in Canada. What's wrong with me going to China?
Why would you want to go to China and such an unpopular area for missions?
But that's why they need missionaries. How will they know about Jesus unless someone goes and tells them?
Why does that someone have to be you? Why don't you do something sensible for someone your age, like being a teacher?
Mom, you know I don't like school teaching here.
But it's a dignified job. Becoming a missionary would be a disgrace.
A disgrace? But it's what God is calling me to do.
You can't just go to China by yourself without any training. You don't even know a single word in Chinese.
Which is why I want to attend Bible school first. There's a school in the American city of Chicago that other Christians say is excellent. Even if I don't become a missionary, it would be worth attending.
Now that I can agree to.
Really?
Yes, it will at least give you a few more years to change your mind about being a foreign missionary.
Mrs. Miller changed her mind, not Isobel, right? Isn't that why we're talking about her?
Well...
No!
Don't leave us like that again, please.
Okay. I won't stop the story yet. You're right, Logan. Mrs. Miller eventually agreed that Isobel becoming a missionary was the right choice. And while she was in Bible school, she met a young man named John who also wanted to be a missionary to China. John had even signed up with a missions group called the China Inland Mission.
Did they get married?
Why do you always assume they get married?
Because he wants to be a missionary to China, she wants to be a missionary to China. They were made for each other.
Good guess, Piper. But there was something else they had to consider.
Do you know when you'll hear back about which province in China you'll be assigned to?
I should be hearing back within a few weeks, but speaking of future plans, Isobel, I'm so glad God brought you into my life.
Aw, John.
No, really. Your love for God and desire to share His Word with others is encouraging to me. It's an encouragement I'd like to keep for the rest of my life. Isobel, will you marry me?
John, I will gladly accept on one condition.
What would that be?
John, I love you very much, but my first love is to God. I know He's called me to work with the Lisu people, and we don't know if you'll be assigned to their province or not. God's work has to come first.
I completely understand. I couldn't ask you to disobey God's calling for me.
If you are assigned to the province of Yunnan, where the Lisu people live, then I will take that as a sign from God that we should marry.
I think that's a good idea. Now I have even more reason to be excited for the answer.
I thought when you proposed, you either said yes or no right away. And if you don't, it's just awkward.
Typically, that's how it works in our culture today. But both Isobel and John knew that God's plan was more important, even if it meant they didn't get married.
What happened next?
I think now is a great place to stop.
Oh, come on, Uncle Mike.
I already gave in once today.
Wait, Uncle Mike, what was John's last name again?
Nice try, Piper.
Oh.
Looks like Piper and Logan aren't the only ones waiting anxiously. Will John get assigned to the Yunnan province? Will he and Isobel get married and become missionaries together? Join Good News Heroes next time to find out. And while you're waiting, go check out U-Nite TV for more awesome content.